Jordan really is a man of passions. He is a great educator. He loves lifelong learning.
Jordan Daniel is a larger than life person, both physically, intellectually, spiritually, and emotionally. We met almost 20 years ago in the Hardin-Simmons football locker room.
Jordan Daniel was actually a player here whenever he was here before I got back. And so whenever I came back in 2006, he was already here as a undergrad student and a football player. And so I had the pleasure of getting to coach him his last 2 years of playing. And then he was a graduate assistant for us as well on the staff.
Jordan is first and foremost passionate about people and improving their capacity to just be an excellent person in everything that they do. It shines through in his work as a professor.
JD he's a very special human being. He's a guy that he's a pleaser. He wants to do his absolute best in everything.
Jordan was a really good student here. You could see the work ethic early on when I met him as an undergrad, and I knew there was something about him that he was going to aspire to great things in life. He went on and got his doctorate.
I ask a lot of those guys in terms of what they have to be fundamentally and the adjustments they have to make, and he was always putting in extra work. He was the guy that whenever he went in, he was never just checking a box. He was trying to get better.
From the entire time that I've known him, he's always been doing at least two, if not three things, working full-time, professional, personal pursuits. When we were at Hardin-Simmons together, he was an RA and then a dorm hall director while being super involved at the church he went to, and also, of course, dating his now wife, Jill.
Jill, his wife, deserves a medal for being able to put up with JD and his quirkiness, but she's been there since as long as I've known him for sure, and they've got an awesome family.
Jordan is a family man. He is his wife, Jill, he loves very dearly, and they have three beautiful daughters, Molly, Maxie, and Maggie.
Jordan is a father, a brother, a son, unapologetically a girl dad. I think that's probably one of the greatest joys of his life.
He's definitely taken the lessons that hopefully that we were able to teach him through Cowboy football and be able to apply those to being a great husband and a great father, and that's the goal in everything that we do, and he's definitely not only accomplished that goal but exceeded it as well.
Jordan is an active faith believer. I know he's active in his church as a deacon, and he's also active in the youth Sunday school group there, so he's living out his faith among people.
He is a leader in his family, in his church, in his community, and someone who is more than willing and able to share God and the good things that God has done in his life and can do in others.
I admired the way he was able to balance those things that he was trying to do. That being who he was and having the very interesting sense of humor that he had, but also being able to be a guy that modeled and tried to strengthen his walk with Christ every day too.
I know that some of our colleagues in our department actually have co-presented with him at other conferences, so we try to stay in touch the best we can.
My friendship with Jordan Daniel is almost about half my life at this point. I was 18 years old when I met him in 2005. We had lockers right next to each other in the Hardin-Simmons football locker room, and we've been somehow connected either loosely or closely ever since.
Kind of unique because normally you're not supposed to be friends with your players, but it was after he was done playing, he was a graduate assistant for us, and so we worked closely together in the coaching aspect of it, and we became pretty dang good friends.
Once he came to my office in the old office area in the upstairs of the Mabee complex, and I had a very small office. And Jordan is a very large young man, and I didn't have much of a chair for him to sit on, if I recall. He may have stood the whole time, but he was actually talking to me about designing an independent study in football strength and conditioning, which he did a great job. But I just recall that he was a very large young man, and I had a very small office and really nowhere for him to sit.
After football practice every Thursday, we would get candy bars and Gatorade in our lockers. So there would be a mad dash from the practice field back to the locker room. And for some reason, Jordan always got the best Gatorade and the best candies. And I would always get the ones that were not as good. So one day I got this bright idea that I was going to beat him to the locker room and quickly switch his Gatorade with mine and his candy with mine so I could finally get the good one. And I was sitting there just trying to be as inconspicuous as possible, just eating my candy bar, drinking my Gatorade. And little did I know that Jordan's mom was actually in charge of putting the the treats into the lockers, and he specifically would request, I think it was a Snickers bar and a yellow Gatorade. So yeah, needless to say, things got a little rambunctious after practice that day, but that's one of my favorite Jordan Daniel memories.
Whenever he was a player, he pulled one of the most unorthodox / athletic / I have no idea what you're doing moves that I've ever seen in coaching. He got beat on a pass rush, and he actually looked like he dropped down and tried to do a donkey kick to stop the guy from getting around the edge. Crazy thing is, it actually worked. The guy literally stopped dead in his tracks, and he was able to pop back up and get back in position to protect the quarterback. And so we tell the story about the famed donkey kick, and it's been going almost 20 years now, and our guys still know that story, and he's the only one I've ever seen pull it off. So it was very impressive. Never seen anything like it, and probably will never see anything like it again.
Jordan, I just want to say I'm super proud of you for winning this award. Out of all the accomplishments you've had personally, professionally, and academically, you will never brag on yourself, but you are an outstanding individual that deserves to be recognized, and I couldn't be happier that this is how you get to be recognized.
Jordan, just a word of personal congratulations today. You definitely represent the spirit of the true cowboy way here, and we're just proud of you. Thank you, sir.
JD, just want to say congratulations to you. We're so very proud of you. Cowboy football is proud of you. Hardin-Simmons is proud of you. This is a very well-deserved award. I know that you work hard, you take pride in what you do, and I know that you're going to continue to do great things. So congratulations, and go get them.